Hey everyone, welcome back to The Country Called Us. I'm Trisha. Today's video, we are going to do foil packs. We're going to do some pork and sauerkraut. We're going to do it in a roaster, and we're going to show you how that's done. And throughout the video, we'll explain what we're doing. We'll explain, what you can use foil packs for. It doesn't just have to be off-grid. You can use it in your everyday life. And, you can use an oven for it. You can use a roaster, a slow cooker. You can throw it on a fire. Just simple little things, that you can make with the foil packs. And we're going to get right to it.
All right, guys, I got something to prep cook tonight. Here's our potatoes. As you can see, we're going to chop them up. Going to go in our packs. Make them not real thin. That's a little too thin. I'm nervous on camera on Trisha's video. You know what I mean? I'm not usually allowed on here. Guess I'm the prep cook, though. Now, I'm not the best cutter in the world, so it's not the best knife to use. Ow. But I don't have a paring knife. I gotta get some decent knives. But it's alright. Cut them up however you cut them up. There's going in full pack, so ain't no big deal. Just don't chop your fingers off when you're doing it. Like I almost did.
Oh, like that?
Yeah, like that. I'm just trying to take the little piece off the end. Trying to be too slick. That one was a little thick, but that'll be alright. But yeah. And we'll chop up the kibasi. Well, we're going to leave it whole, but in links. I'm not going to leave it completely whole. We'll be right back, boss. As you can see, it's got the easy open, supposedly. Oh, this one is easy open. Usually when they say easy open, you still got to fight with it for 10 minutes to get it open. And yes, wash the potatoes and I wash my hands after every thing here. So we're going to cut these about like that. Then say about in half again, Trish.
Yeah.
I cut mine at an angle. And then I'll slice them down the middle a little bit. So when they start to cook, they have room to breathe. Some people do that, some people don't. It's your preference.
Yeah, you don't have to if you don't want to.
Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. You know what I mean? Alright, guys, let me go wash my hands and wash this guys. Now I have the pork, as you see. I use it with my left hand, so when I can still touch the knife with my right hand and still be clean. We're going to season the pork up. That way, again, right hand is clean for the seasonings. I didn't have them open like I should have, but yeah, there you go. But that's all right. I gotta help her.
Sorry, guys.
Don't be afraid to use a little bit of seasoning. Make sure you get all your edges, front to back. Yeah, like she was saying, though, you could use this anywhere. You could use it on a stovetop, in an oven. You could use it hot coals on a fire. You could use it. You could do this. And you could do this with multiple things. You could do steak and potatoes, vegetables. You could use pork chops, chicken, just a little bit of salt. We don't like a lot of salt, but salt tenderizes your meat, so you want some on there. And also, I'd like to tell everybody Happy New Year's, New Year's Eve. That's why we're cooking this, guys. In case we forgot to mention it, I'm not sure if she did or not. But we're gonna do a series of foil pack meals. Well, she is. I help out behind the scenes.
Oh, he's not behind the scenes today.
Yeah, not behind the scenes today. That's all right.
He does it a little better than I do.
These are the things I do with all of our big meals. I like to be the...
It's not like I can't season them myself because I do a pretty good job of it.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
But...
seasoned salt, only a little bit of that because we already have a little bit of salt on there. If, you have high blood pressure or don't want the salt intake, you can get the no salt.
The low sodium.
Low sodium seasoned salt and the no salt salt.
Yep.
It's called no salt, I believe. That helps. And there's your pork. And then in a couple minutes here, we'll be back. Oh, pepper. Yeah, sorry, never mind. I guess we won't be. My that's why you have a helper here, because she's I'm usually one behind the scenes telling her, hey, you forgot this, hey, you forgot that. Now what I like to do with the seasonings, once I get them on there, I like to pat them on, give them a nice little, pat on the butt, pork butt. You get it, ha ha ha, I'm a funny guy. There you go. There's our pork. We're going to wrap those. We got 2 more pieces to do. I'll do those off camera. And then we're going to wrap them up into the foil packs, and we'll show you how it's done. All right, so it says to lightly spray your aluminum foil. Layer it. You want to do it in this order. You want to layer in some potatoes. Kind of do it like right in the middle here. Try to make a single layer if you can. If not, one on top of another. As long as you don't stack them too high, it won't be too bad. Okay. Then the pork. Then we got a big piece of pork here. Slap that right in the middle there. And then the kibasi. Try to move that to get to it. Put your kibasi on either side of it like that. It's kind of like how I like how to do it. Try to give yourself, make sure you're in the middle here, because I'm not. Slide down just a hair, so when you pull it up, you want to have equal sides. Oh, I was just told I needed to put the extra pork in there. I almost forgot. See, men, we're not very good at this. It calls for onion. We're not putting onion in ours. You can, if you want, put in yours. And then you layer some sauerkraut on top. I don't want too much of that juice. Got a little more than I thought I had. Yeah, don't put too much juice down like I did. Try to strain it off a little bit, because you don't want it until you, should have folded up that other edge. That looks like enough sauerkraut, right? Or you need a little more?
No, I think that's good.
A lot more?
No.
You don't like sauerkraut?
I don't like sauerkraut.
Hold it. Sauerkraut's good for you. And then hand me a spoon, will you, please? Then on top of your sauerkraut, and now this is optional again, it just helps take a little bit of the sourness out of the sauerkraut, give it a little sweet flavor. Just a little bit of sugar. Okay. Now, to the next step. We need a little bit of butter. So I've never really done it like this, but this is what this recipe calls for, so we'll see how it works out together. A little bit of butter down here. Could probably be potatoes and just a little bit of juice. There you go. I just do some 2 slices, not real thick, not too thin though either. And then when you want to seal it up, you want to just bring it up to the side like this. Try to catch all that juice without running out. Kind of make a boat out of it. Fold up the back side. Turn it. Bring this up as high as you can get them. And bunch it up on the end. And kind of mush it together in the middle. You want to leave a little bit of room for it to cook. And I'm gonna wrap it again here.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, make sure you use a big enough piece of foil because I did. Fold your ends over. And we'll show you getting it into the pot and what you do then.
All right, guys, so this is what it looks like inside my roaster. So what you do is, if you can see, I put a rack in here. You can't really tell, but there's a rack to hold it up off the bottom. What you do is you put water in it, in the bottom, you know, fill it to where it doesn't touch the bottom of the foil, just enough that it's on the bottom of the roaster. And then you will turn it on. I'm going to turn mine on to, we'll do 300. And then we're going to let it cook. And then we'll come back with the finished product. So we're checking on the pork and the sauerkraut. Sorry, it's steaming up my phone. But we just, I just temped it to see what the temp was at. Right now it's temping at 189. The potatoes are getting pretty soft. If you can see, the kapasi's down in there. I just opened it up to show you guys what it looks like. But so far, so good. It's been cooking for about 2 hours now. And like I said, I mean, it's about done. But, we're going to let it sit in there for a little bit longer. Because I like my pork to be falling apart. So, but yeah, this is about 2.5 hours in. And we're temping our pork at like 189. So, we're getting there. I'll be back to show you the end result. Hey everyone, giving you a little look at our winter wonderland for New Year's. Crazy, crazy. I mean, you can't even see the road coming into our... It's all covered, and I'm not going to walk over there because it's a little deep. But yeah, camera doesn't do it justice. I mean, it's snowing pretty good here. I mean, you can't even see that far, but got Odin here. Go get it. He's got the zoomies. Go get it. Go get him. Not gonna stay out too long. It's really cold. You got Odin out here. He loves playing in the snow. He hears another dog. But yeah, are you gonna get him, Odin? Come on. You ready to go in? Have you had enough? You look at him. He's all covered in snow. You You ready to go in? Come on. He's so purty. Say hi, Odie. Say hi, Odie. Say hi, Odie. All right, guys. Hey, everybody. It's almost midnight, and our pork is done. I had it set on 300. I put it in around, I would say about 6:30 or so. And it is done. As you can see, it's not quite pull apart yet, but it is done. I don't want to cook, much longer because, the potatoes are going to get super mushy, but the potatoes are super soft. The kibasi is done. The pork is done. It tastes amazing. And that is how you do a foil wrap in a roaster.
Are we doing more?
So, yeah. Sorry, guys. Losing my train of thought. We're going to do more. I'm not sure what we're going to do, but we're going to do more. We're going to do a series on it. I want to try to do maybe a meatloaf in the roaster here in a foil wrap. Steak. Pork chops, I mean, is almost like pork, but, we'll try some pork chops. Chicken, just show you guys. And again, I mean, you can do foil wrap in almost, these foil wraps. You can do them in the oven. You can do them in a crock pot. You can do them in a roaster. You can do them over an open fire. You can put them in a fire. I mean, it just, the possibilities are, yeah, they're, I don't want to say endless, but I mean, like I said, it turned out phenomenal. Again, good flavoring. It just turned around to be all around good. So, with that being said, I want to wish everybody a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
And this is Trisha with The Country Called Us.
We'll see you Monday live.
We'll see you Monday on our live.
In the next year.